that they're not telling you about this vibe coding thing. I mean, we're seeing the commercials and wait a minute, let me turn off my heater. It's chilly in my office here. So, but there are some secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you today that they just aren't telling us about using these vibe coding tools. And you're seeing quite a few of them out there, and they're just making it sound so easy. They're just saying, oh, just put in a prompt and you're good. Well, here's some of the secrets. I'm going to just come up with it. Well, some of those things are out there breaking. And because the code is no good or the code is not as advanced as, let's say, a person that codes could do it. Well, I don't code, but I know how to vibe code, or I'm learning, I'm 10 toes down and getting even deeper in it. So I want to share some ideas with you, some places that we can go to get some code, and then some things that we may need to do with it. That's one of the key things I want to talk with you about today. So the gems I'm going to be dropping, listen, is to first say, yes, we got to get out there and start coding. That's the vibe coding, right? Forget all the other stuff. Let's get out there and vibe code, because there's all kinds of tools that we have available to us, even some simple stuff, some free stuff even. I'm going to be showing you that here in a second that we can use. Now, I'm going to show you some of the ones that I use, some of the paid versions, and some of the not so paid versions, right, that are free. And with each one of those, we have a chance to get out there and do what we've been talking about these 5 days, is get out there and create stuff very, very quickly. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. If you're brand new, if you're just coming in, I've been talking about this all day, right? How we're going to create stuff. We're going to be taking our ideas and we're going to create things with them. Now, some of these things could be ebooks, some of these things could be pieces of content pieces, and all that. It can be stuff like this I have been talking about, right? We've got all of these different things, but now again, this is day 5 of 30 different pieces of content I'm going to be doing for you, and I'm going to be dropping gems throughout. So, if you've already been here, you've seen this stuff. If you're brand new, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to put all of your ideas into action. And I'm going to be showing you some of the tools that I use to do just that. We want to be able to put that stuff out there so we can make money in a whole different way than we may have been before. Okay. All right. But here is what I am finding. I am finding that the vibe coders, the vibe coding tools out there, they're not telling us everything. And that everything is, they're not telling us that once you get your tool or you get your app or you get your whatever, the fact that you got to hook it up to so many other things, well, guess what? If you already aren't familiar with coding, then that's going to be tough. They're not telling us that. And another one is they're not telling us that once you get on there, they want to keep you on app. Now think about that. Who else does that? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. They want to keep you on app. So how do they do that? Well, they give you some credits. Here you go. Here's some free stuff. You get out there, start coding some stuff up or whatever. And then you go, all right, I'm ready to roll this thing out. And then they go, oh, by the way, you have to connect this, you got to connect that, and you got to connect this. And well, you may want to check this, and you even might want to send it to a developer so that they can, see if your code is right. Well, I'm going to show you a couple of things that we can do maybe to get around some of that, because what we're trying to accomplish here, y'all, is we're trying to get out there with our ideas, get them out there, get them tested. That's the key. Can we get stuff out there fast enough that we can get it tested to see if anybody even wants it? Now, hopefully you did it the other way around. If you've been in some of my classes and some of my courses and stuff like that, then you've seen how we do it the opposite way. We find out if there's anybody that wants it first, and then we go build it. And now that we have these tools, we can build it really, really quick. So I want to show you a couple. I'm going to jump right in. Hopefully I get a chance to do them all because I haven't eaten today and I'm hungry and I want to go. So, but I'll show you how we're going to use Canva first. All right. That's going to be the first one up. I'm going to show you how to use Canva. Oh, by the way, if you are enjoying what we do here, you know the drill. If you enjoy this workshop and you want to go out there and buy me some coffee, and you're just coming in for the 33rd time or whatever. Well, wait a minute, it's only going to be 30 days, right? All right, you're coming in for the 13th time, and you go, you know what? Let me get this guy some coffee because I think I want to keep these going. Then here it is. This is how you can help me keep doing this stuff, keep providing this stuff without having to charge. Now, y'all know I said I'm not going to be doing this Cyber Monday, Black Friday stuff. I'm giving it to you for the whole month. And you get to say, hey, I'd like to work with you, and here's what I want to pay just during this month because, once the month is up, I'm okay. So let me show you really, really quickly. Let me show you Canva and how we can vibe code with Canva. All right, so I'm gonna go over here real quick. And over here at Canva, when you jump into Canva, now you can actually use the free version of this. As I've been messing around with it, and I'm kind of going, okay, cool. I don't believe you, Canva, that that you're gonna be able to do some interesting things here because I've seen some of their stuff get really good and then get not so good. So sorry, Canva. Anyway, so first thing we want to do is once we go over to Canva, if you don't have an account already, I'm not an affiliate for Canva. I probably should be, but I'm not. But you can go over to this section here. Once you get to this section here, you see I'm in the home section, and then it's saying, what do you want to do? You want to go to your designs? You want to go to some templates? Or do you want to go to Canva AI? We want to go to Canva AI. Okay. Now it's going to ask us, well, Mister, what would you like to create? Now let's just come up with something. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't have my YouTube up to see your comments or anything, so you'll have to hit me up a little bit later. If you want me to do this again, I will. I'll go over it with you. But watch this. So I'm going to say, hey, okay, what would I like to bring to life? I would like, let's say, a landing page. Create a landing page that helps me sell some real estate or something like that, right? Some real estate. All right, let's see what it does for us. Now, this is the key thing. So we don't have to be super fancy with it. We just say, hey, help me sell some real estate. You may have some real estate, or you may know a real estate agent. And once we get good at this stuff, then we can do this service for them. That's one of the key things. That's a gem. Y'all, hopefully you just heard it. I'm dropping gems. Pick it up. That's one. So get good at this. I'll be teaching you. I'll be taking you by the hand and saying, I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff. All right. So jump on our calendar and get going. So let's go ahead and see what it does for us. All right. You see what it's doing here is thinking. Ask me anything. I don't want to ask you anything. So let's see if it's going to do it for me, because I had been earlier having a few problems with it. It says, sure thing. Okay. See what's going on. It's saying, to make your presentation just right, landing page presentation for real estate. I didn't ask for a presentation. See, that's one of the things they don't tell us about. Okay. This is what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh, don't give me that. I want code. I want to code this up. All right. I want to just do this. So this is like some of the things that we literally have to get after it about sometimes. Is that it's going to try to create. I wanted to go Canva AI, describe what you want to do. I don't want a presentation. I want code. Let's go in here and see if we can find it. It may not let me do it, and then we have to go to some other stuff. I don't want a presentation design. Create. Let's try it again. Create a landing page. I think it was my fault. For some real estate. We're not going to get too fancy with it. For some. Now you know it's live. You know this is not AI because, well, it's real estate. Okay. Social media design. Okay. I think I'm kind of getting a vibe here that it's not going to work well for me today. I just got a feeling. Let's try it. See what it comes of it. Okay, let's see if it's going to ask me some questions. So I'm not sure how to create this type of design yet. I'm still learning. See, stuff like that. When it does not work, and if it breaks, man, it is frustrating. And that's where the little things that they don't tell us, but yet, y'all, we have an expectation because what has happened is a lot of these tools have made it so that we are literally expecting it to work. I'm not sure how to create this kind of design. What are you talking about? Of course you can. I'd like to say, of course you can. Of course. It did this the other day. Of course you can. And we tell it, of course you can. Let's get to work. All right. It's not going to work for us. So let's try another one. All right. Here's another tool that I use. Man, I really thought that I could show you how to use Canva and create some really cool things. But you know what? We're not going to worry about it. If it won't work for us, sometimes they just don't work. We're going to go over to another tool. I'm going to show you this one. This is a fun one because I've already got some stuff created in this one. Again, it is a vibe coding tool, and you're going to be hearing just all kinds of stuff about vibe coding. All right. So let me go ahead, and in this particular one, I'm going to show you how I've been able to create a lot of different pieces of digital real estate, right? Tools using this one. And I want to share with you how after we do that, like this one, I think I showed that to you guys yesterday, but I've got some other ones in here that's really, really cool. Let's try this is my new one here, or this is one of my older ones actually. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. All right, great. Oops, I don't even think y'all can see that one. Hold on. Let me double check, make sure. Oh, sorry. So here it is. Let me share it. You ever been on Zoom and you think you're sharing your screen and you're not? So here's one. Some really, really cool stuff that we can create here, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that and make sure that it opens up. Let me know. Let's see. It looks like it's going to ask me to share this one. All right. So I'm not going to wake up the service, but here's one that I'm rolling out next week. And this is because I'm keto and I decided that I'm going to create something that is about what I'm already into. And that's why I want to share this kind of stuff with you, is because we don't have to go far to create stuff for ourselves first. That's another gem. Pick that one up. Create for yourself first. And then we'll go out there and see, hey, who else wants to join our club? Could be you. You might go, man, I've been wanting to go keto, but I don't have anybody in my family that's doing it with me. So what I'm doing is just solving for my own problems. So I says, man, I don't either because everybody's eating all kinds of stuff and da da da. Right. So now in this particular case, I'm able to create this using a vibe coding tool. I wanted to use Canva, but Canva's not. It was really acting weird earlier today. It wouldn't give me the kind of tool that I wanted, and it was just like, ugh. So I was like, I might have to let you go, Canva. I was trying to give you a shot, but some of these other vibe coding tools will work good too. All right, so that's one right here. Look at this. Well, we got all kinds of stuff that we can create for ourselves that really go out there and help us do better jobs of getting our ideas out. All right, so let me show you another one here. Let me get this off the screen real quick. All right, here's one that I did the other day using another tool. And this is actually what I had put into, let me see if I can get this one to share for you. All right, there we go. So this one right here is one that I use, and you're hearing a lot about this tool too, Lovable. I like Lovable because, you can do a lot of interesting things, but here's the secret, y'all, is it's not in the tool. That's going to make some people mad. It's not in the tool. What you'll find is that these tools are just wrappers. Just think about that now. They're just wrapping around something else. So what I found was, and I'm not going to do this on today, but what I found was, is I'll typically ask, hey, who do you use as your underlying tech? And once it tells me that, it's game on, baby, because I'll go right to that tech and I don't have to go through the middle person here. And why don't we want to do that? Because as we saw with Canva, it don't work all the time. Now, Canva don't be coming after me now. It wasn't working. I'm still with you guys until the 16th. I had to let them go. Just saying. You will fire some apps, trust me. But anyway, here's what it was. I had it create over at Canva, and why it was acting so funny, it wouldn't give me the right colors. So I says, okay, Lovable, let's see what you can do. So I put in literally, and this is another little hack, y'all. I took the URL from Canva and I put it into Lovable, and I says, okay, Lovable, do your thing. But here's what happens. It'll create this. I says, I want different colors. I don't want the same colors that Canva was creating. I didn't like those colors, and I couldn't get it to create a different color. That was the problem. I could not get it to create a different color for me. And I was like, gosh darn it, I want a different color. Right now, if you notice here, even over in Canva, I put the website as another ROI, which is one of my companies, right? Another ROI, Randy Outerbridge idea, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, and it picked it up. It literally picked it up from that link that I had put over in Canva, that it was another ROI, and it just redid it, but gave me better colors. Now, here is one of the things, the secrets that they don't tell us, is that Lovable says, hey, you don't have enough credits. You're out. And like, what do you mean I'm out? It says because you got the free version, you're out. So you may get one good shot, but we also know that we may want to do some things in here, right? We may want to go in here and go, okay, I want to change where the survey is taken at. Sometimes I build the stuff out and then I'll say, okay, I just want to see it. Give me the MVP. Give me the first parts of it. It gives you the first parts of it. And then it's like, what do you want to do next? And you go, well, I want to do this. And it goes, you need some credits. So next thing you know, you're saying, well, wait a minute. You're trying to keep me on app. And that's what I was saying earlier. They're trying to keep you on app, and it's just not right. Right? We want to do some other things. So I'm going to show you how we can do some other things and get around it a little bit. I'll do that in some of the upcoming tutorials. But in the meantime, let's show you a couple more, right? I'll show you a couple more over here in Emergent. I think I got that in the description field. So let's go back home and let's see what else I got here. Profit Connect. Let's see what I got here. All right, that was 53 days ago. So y'all know I've been in this mug, man. I've been jamming. All right, did it give me anything? The monetized matchup. Okay, that looks pretty good. What is that? It's been a minute. So again, all right. Oh, I remember this one. It didn't give me what I needed. Again, it was one of those deals where it didn't do what I needed to do. And when it doesn't do that kind of stuff, y'all, you get upset and you're like, okay, you're supposed to be good. What's going on? And it says, I am good. You just didn't prompt me well. This is stuff you'll learn. They don't tell you all that stuff. These are little secrets that they don't tell us when we're doing this stuff. And that's what kind of, ticks you off a little bit, because you literally want to do, obviously, the good stuff, but these vibe coding tools are out there lying to us. I might as well just come out there and say it. And it's super easy. Just prompt it. And you get this wonderful prompt. And then you go over there and the darn thing don't work. That's what I wanted to share with y'all today, is if you're going to be out there, we're going to be using these tools and we're going to be vibe coding stuff up. Just understand that there's more to it. Here's one that I talked about. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that this one worked. There it is. Let's see. Let's go ahead and preview it. It was like, there it is. Yeah. So this was early on when I first started using them. I says, because I write all the time, and I write books all the time. And I wrote a book from my bathtub. Yeah. I wrote a book from my bathtub. I'll be talking about that, and turned it into income. And then what I wanted to do is say, okay, well, great. This looked good. I like that. I'm going to sell it for about $9.97. I'm talking about how we do it and it did a good job. This is what I found is happening. More people started using it. Next thing you know, it started slowing down. Then it started giving you some garbage output. So what I'm suggesting here is that when we are using different tools, these vibe coding tools, we've got to understand the underlying secrets that they're not telling us. That's why I'm going to be working with you. If you want to do this and work hand in hand, this is what I'm going to be doing, showing you how to get past some of this stuff. So you're not sitting out there getting all frustrated like I was. I was out of my mind going, you're supposed to work. Well, you know, that's the expectation that we now place on some of these tools. And then when it doesn't work, we get pissed. Well, we don't get pissed. We will just get busy. So this is one that I put together. This is over here. Now, how we start thinking about this and monetizing this stuff, as I talk about over here in the framework, is again, we got the idea. Then we were going to decide what form it's going to take. That's one of the key parts, right? What form should it take? Not everything needs to be vibe coded up. Some things could just be small and a PDF that you can give to people for like $3. And that's how you can turn this stuff into income. Now, again, this is for educational purposes only. Results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm saying that these are some things and tools and stuff that we can use to go out there and put some extra pockets, that weekend cash, whatever it is. I tell people, don't go get a part-time job. Let's learn this. So I'm going to be showing you. And I want you to go past learning. I got some stuff coming up that I'm literally telling you, stop learning and start earning. And you're going to be like, wait, I'm on with you learning. Well, but what we're going to be doing is every single day, you're going to be putting stuff into action. I haven't told you about that one yet. That's coming. This is a part of it though. Idea, content, create something, 30-day digital product a day challenge. Oh my gosh. That was this is a part of it. 30 days. I'm coming on for 30 days and I'm giving you something each day that you can go, oh, I can use that. Now, hopefully you're going, wait a minute, let me look back at that. Let me pull up my computer and let me just follow what he's talking about. Now, I'll be going deeper in when you want to book me and get on my calendar. Let me see if I can go ahead and share this one. Get on my calendar. I use, for the most part, this one works pretty good too. I use TidyCal. I've got some availability. So it's telling you 9 a.m. Wait a minute. Why does that say only till 1? Boy, I tell you, technology. So I should probably, oh, I know why, because I was in class of that. So I will, some of these I have to change. So let's see what, Tuesday. Okay, you see it's starting to get, okay, till 4 p.m. Yep, yep, yep. Monday, I must have put it 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 4 p.m. Okay. All right, up till 4. So like, yeah. Okay, I think it should be off on Saturdays. All right, great. So now you're seeing that you have an opportunity to jump in. I'll have to change that. I think I had set this in a particular way. Now this is Calendly works better. Sorry, TidyCal, but sometimes you want to go with something that you think is going to save you some money, and it doesn't. Oh, y'all know what it is. All right, so we've gone over how we're going to be using different vibe coding tools. And again, I wanted to show you the really cool one that is, I found a really easy way to do stuff. Look at that. This is 70 days ago. It tells you I've been in this thing for a minute. Let's see what this one's talking about. I can't even remember. It's been so long ago. I think this was very early on. Oh, I remember. So what? Oh, this is really cool. I'm going to show y'all this. This is fun. All right. So what I was doing with this one was I literally was just, I copied a site and I says, I really like what they're doing over here. Now I wouldn't obviously put this one out, but this is one of those things I want to share with you, how easy it is to get inspiration and then to just kind of copy it. Right. But then we would obviously want to do some other things, but it was a really interesting site. And I says, I really like this. And I just, and I'm going to be showing you inside, if you want to come inside of the course, or if you want to come inside and work with me one-on-one, is how we can look at look at another site, get excited about it and go, you know what? I don't like what they did here. I want to do something different. And you've seen these sites before. Look at this. It's the trending gift gadget sites, right? And I think I had said, put everything in here. So I'm going to show you how you can put in the links to your stuff. And I use a lot of tools now. These are just a couple. So, maybe on tomorrow, I'll be showing you a different set of tools that I use, because once I figured out how to go past the wrapper and kind of see, with the underlying codes or the API that it's using, then I started figuring out, wait a minute, I can use them. So I think maybe on the upcoming talks and our upcoming workshops, I'll be showing you that. But of course, if you're working with me one-on-one, I'll just like skip over all that stuff and work with you directly with that. So, okay, there we go. We got some interesting things here. You see, that was like 70 days ago. That was a long time ago. And then some of the more Profit Connect. I can't remember what Profit Connect was. Let's see if one of the newer ones. Again, in the description field, if you're seeing this on YouTube, this is one. I left this as a link. I think I showed y'all Caulk Heroes yesterday. Let's see, what about this one? What is Momentum Maker? Let's see what I was talking about. Oh, I remember that. Had an idea. Oh, yeah, I love this one. This is something that, if you notice here, this is something that all of us suffer from. So I says, code something up. And this is what we're going to call it, the consistency cure, because a lot of people are having trouble with sticking with things. One of the big reasons that I wanted to do 30 days of helping somebody instead of like 2 days of saying, hey, Cyber Monday, here's something, or for Black Friday, is consistency. I wanted to show that it's possible, that you don't have to have some special gene to show up every day and do stuff. I'm number one, wanted to do it myself. And then I says, well, here's the monetize your life moment here, y'all. Is if you can do it and solve your own problems, and then you go out there and you start looking at what other people might be suffering from too, if it's consistency, and you could tell people from firsthand knowledge, here's what I did to solve my own consistency problem, or here's what I did to solve my own whatever problem, or here's what I did. So now you're speaking from not the, well, go out there and do this, go out there and do this. And people are looking at you like, you don't even do it. You can say, this is what I did. Why did I do it? I just wanted to solve my own problem first. If you do that, here's another gold nugget, y'all. Here's another gem. When you do that, again, I'm going to be helping you. You see on the screen, you should be able to click on, get on the calendar, all that stuff, right? You do that, you build a little muscle. That's the key. You're building a muscle, building a muscle, building a muscle. And then you go out there and says, okay, I think I can help people now. And then I'm going to be showing you how to like take the idea and create a form of digital asset, a form of content, something that you then can leverage in a very particular way. I'll be getting into that a little bit later, how we're going to just take all kinds of pieces of content and turning them into 3 to 4 to 5 to 30 to 40 different things. I don't want to say 30 to 40. You might go, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to show you. This is just one. This is one that is doing very, very well out there because people are into these apps now. People are into seeing something on screen and going, man, I have this problem. That's me. And then going and clicking on it and saying, yeah, I got this, right? Look at this. This is a behavioral operating system that fixes the real reasons you don't follow through. Wait a minute. The real reasons? Yeah, because you're overthinking, overplanning, fear of failure, perfectionism. I hear it all the time teaching entrepreneurs. Is somewhere in here. So then I say, oh, and this is a big one right here. This is something that oftentimes people don't talk about. It's too far out. I can't see it. No visible wins. If I can't get the momentum of success, then I'm out because we understand what could come next. Sometimes it's lack of clarity. I can't visualize. I can't see it. But then we'll get in a car, drop in our GPS and says, take me to Chicago. And it'll say left, right, left, right. I can't see what's going on. I just drive. Every now and then we end up in a cornfield, but that's okay. So that's what I'm getting at. I'm getting at that we now have these tools to help us We have these particular tools to help us literally start plugging in opportunity for ourselves. And if we can plug in opportunity for ourselves, then we can make stuff work. Y'all want to get on the calendar, do it right here. If you want to buy some coffee, you can do it right here. I'm pretty sure all these codes, these things still work. I'm going to be seeing you on tomorrow because I got some really deeper stuff. Tomorrow, Saturday, I'll have more time. So I've got some stuff. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to be sharing a couple more things with you. I may even plan out the live a little better, right? Because some of this stuff, I'm like, hey, look, I'm in the middle of doing something. I got work to do. And you'll see I'm over here, doing my thing, creating new channels. I'm, getting prepared for the, my podcasts on Sundays and stuff like that. But tomorrow, I'll have some time. So I'll see you then. We're going to have some fun. Check it out. Buy me some coffee if you feel like it. I'll be, drinking coffee tomorrow. Get on my calendar if you want me to walk you through this stuff. And I was a little excited today because I wanted Canva to work. It just didn't do what I wanted to do. Canva typically, I wanted to show you what we would do with Canva is we would get it to code something up for us. And I think it might be on my game actually. We would get it to code something up for us. This is the key. And then we would take the code because it would give it to you. I literally was surprised when they did that. I says, you do realize you're giving us the code, right? A lot of these other sites make it a little difficult for you to get the code because once we get the code, then we can take the code. I can show you all kind of cool things that we can do with it, man. And then when I go over there to Canva today and it's not working for me, disappointing. So anyway, I wanted to show you this. Drop that and show you that if Canva gets to working tomorrow, then I will go over there and show you how we're going to get the code out and do some really cool things with it. You're going to want to see that. And then on these other ones, I can go a little bit deeper on what happens to the code once you're in their app. That's one of the key things. Again, remember, we're doing this with the idea that we don't have to wait all year for me to just give you 2 days. That makes no sense. I want you to be able to do the whole month of December, be able to get in touch with me so that I can help you take all those darn ideas to create content from them, right? And then so that you can create these digital products here. It's a digital product channel. It's kind of like what I do over here. I create all kinds of stuff. And you can go out there and put them into play for you so that you can make some money. Again, educational advice. This is education only, not financial advice. All right. I'll see you on tomorrow, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you're working like me.